The rain was coming down in sheets that evening, the kind of storm that makes people stay indoors and cancel plans. But Mike Dawson couldn't afford to stop. His garage, Dawson's Auto Repair, was the only thing keeping food on the table. He was under a car, his hands blackened with grease, when he heard a faint knock on the garage's metal door. At first, he thought he imagined it. But then he heard it again, softer, more desperate. When he pulled the door open, the cold wind slapped his face, and standing there, soaked to the skin, was a woman in her mid-30s. Her hair clung to her cheeks, and her hands trembled as she held her purse tightly to her chest. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice shaking. "My car broke down about a mile back. No signal. I've been walking. I didn't know where else to go." Mike looked past her, saw nothing but darkness and rain. Most shops in town had closed hours ago. "Come in," he said without hesitation, leading her into the warm garage. She hesitated. "I don't have any money." "I didn't ask for money," Mike interrupted gently. Inside, she stood near the heater while Mike pulled on his raincoat. "Pop your trunk, I'll tow it," he said. 15 minutes later, he was working under the hood of her old SUV. It was the alternator. He had a spare. It would take a while. As he worked, they talked. Her name was Rachel. She was passing through the town on her way to visit her father in a hospice center. He was dying. Her voice cracked when she mentioned him. "He raised me alone," she said. "Worked 3 jobs to send me to college." Mike nodded, silently understanding. He knew something about sacrifice. His own father had been a coal miner. Mike had lost him to a cave-in when he was 16. After nearly 2 hours, the SUV roared back to life. Rachel's eyes welled up. "I don't know how to thank you." Mike just waved it off. "Get to your father," he said with a kind smile. "Drive safe." She left, and Mike went back to work like nothing had happened. 2 days passed. It was a quiet afternoon when Mike heard a sound he never expected, a thumping that rattled the windows. He stepped outside and saw dust swirling in his yard. A helicopter, a sleek, black corporate model, was landing on the gravel in front of his modest home. He shielded his eyes from the wind as the door opened. 2 men in suits stepped out, followed by the woman he had helped. Rachel looked different. Dry, composed. Confident. "Mike," she called out, approaching with a smile. "I need to talk to you." He blinked. "What's going on?" Rachel extended a hand. "You didn't know this, but my father was Henry Maxwell." Mike's jaw dropped. The name was familiar to anyone who ever read the business news. Henry Maxwell, one of the most respected philanthropists and tech moguls in the country. "I didn't tell you that night," Rachel continued, "because I wanted to be treated like a regular person." "And you did. You helped without asking anything in return." Mike was speechless. "When I told my father about what happened, he made me promise to find you." "Before he passed," he said, "that man has something most people lost a long time ago, kindness without agenda." She handed him an envelope. Mike opened it slowly. Inside was a check for $250,000. He stared. I can't accept this." "You can," Rachel said, "and you will. My father said it's not a gift, it's an investment. He believed in helping people who help others. And I believe in continuing that legacy." Mike swallowed hard. His garage roof had been leaking for 2 years. His mother's medical bills had been piling up. He had given up on dreams of expanding the shop or hiring help. But now, this changed everything. Rachel looked around. "Or, you can come work for us. My father left me the foundation. We need someone like you. Someone who knows what real struggle feels like. Someone who believes in people." Mike looked from the check to the helicopter, then back to Rachel. He remembered the rain, her trembling hands, and the old SUV. He remembered his father's rough hands and the coal dust that never left his clothes. And he realized something. Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness unlock the biggest doors. That night, Mike sat on his porch, staring at the stars, the check untouched beside him. He didn't know what he would do yet. But he knew this. He would never stop being the man who helped a stranger in the rain. Because when you give with a full heart, the universe finds a way to give back. And sometimes, it comes by helicopter.